What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Amonkhet draft. We are getting right into it, jumping right in. There's a final reward which I like a lot. Nested Scarabs is okay in a particular deck. I don't really want to do Enigma Drake. I don't really like the blue-red spells deck personally, although Electrify is in here too, which is nice. Battlefield Scavenger is okay as well. It's more for Exert, and then lets you rummage and things like that. But I think I'm going for Champion of Ronus here. You can really get your opponents with this guy if he's allowed to attack, even if he dies, which he's going to draw removal because he's scary. You get to get, big creatures with him. I like him. He's kind of the only green card in this pack, so we get to kind of cut somebody entirely out of green and kind of leave that signal that green's not available. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Champion of Ronus here and see where we go. There are some sweet ones in this pack. I like Blighted Bat, Final Reward, Aven Initiate's fine. But yeah, I think I'm going with Champion here. We'll probably dip into a second color at some point too. Okay, Aven Wind Guide is good, and because of that, there's also Wayward Servant. You have two gold cards, both white, but there's in terms of green, there's Bitterblade Warrior. There's Evolving Wilds if we're trying to go multiple colors. There's nothing that really goes well with Champion. Let's go like this so you guys can see a little bit better. I think Cartouche is nice too. I don't necessarily want either of these gold cards yet. The rare is missing out of here, same way that, the person to my left is missing my rare as well. Is it second pick Bitterblade Warrior? Bitterblade's great. A 2-mana creature is fine. I mean, we want to be getting into bigger stuff with Champion, but I really don't know. Let's do Bitterblade, and we'll see where we go. It sucks to pass these two, but it's kind of a toss-up between them. I think Wind Guide is better, but than the Wayward Servant. There's another Renewed Faith. There's a Bantu's Monument if we were going black. There's an Onward to Victory. Doesn't look like there's a lot of green, and this pack in general is not that strong at all. Onward to Victory is not bad, but I don't think it's incredible by any means. Renewed Faith is just okay. I'm not super excited about it. Cycling it and gaining some life, if your deck cares about cycling, isn't bad. This goes really well in the Approach of the Second Sun deck, because you get to gain some life while also drawing back into your approach. Bantu is, Wander in Death is here as well, but this is kind of the only card that cares about black. If anything, I would say that it looks like white's open or white-red because there's, so many of them, but none of them are powerful. This is actually a tough choice because I don't know what's the least of all of these evils. I wouldn't mind a Stinging Shot. I think I'm going to pick Onward to Victory. I wouldn't mind a Stinging Shot, but later. Okay, Colossipede would be good for us. I really like Splendid Agony. True Heart Duelist is still here, though. We already passed Aven Wind Guide, and that's kind of where True Heart Duelist wants to be. I think I'm going to go with Colossipede, only because, again, True Heart's good, but we've already passed the Aven Wind Guide and the Wayward Servant, which means presumably someone to our left is going to be in that archetype, and then someone else is going to be in the other archetype, and they're both going to want white, and this goes in both of those, which means that we're not really going to be getting more things like it. Whereas, again, Colossopede's kind of the only green card here. I like that Splendid Agony and Festering Mummy are here as well. Maybe green-black is open. I'm not super excited about Oracle's Vault. Again, that's kind of a big mana sink, which I'm not really. I'd rather do stuff, so. Colossipede it is. Greater Sandworm is here. That's fantastic for Champion. Definitely something that would be nice to put in on turn 5 with Champion of Ronus. Or earlier if we get like a Naga Vitalist or something like that. Vizier of Remedies isn't bad. It's kind of a good sideboard card against the -1/-1 counter deck. Sacred Excavation is good if you're in the cycle and discard deck, like the Drake Haven type of a deck. Decision Paralysis. So there's some good blue in here as well, Aven Initiate, but I'm definitely going with the Greater Sandworm here. Yep, Exemplar of Strength and Shafet Monitor and Open into Wonder. Okay, so maybe it was just those one or two packs that were light on green, because these are amazing green cards. Even Bitterblade Warrior, I mean, I'm assuming something's coming back out of here. Green, you know, like I said, trying to send the signal that green is not open by picking great green cards. Unfortunately, Shafet Monitor is going to keep going around, because I'm definitely taking Exemplar of Strength. I know that Shafet Monitor works with Champion, but two drops are amazing. Like I said, Bitterblade Warrior is good too here. But I'm going to take Exemplar. I took out this two-color card because I just don't know. We really have had no other sign of another color that's open. Blue, maybe. Black, maybe. I'm still sticking green. I'm taking Hapatra's Mark here. Card's fine. If we go into -1/-1 counter strategies, that helps a lot. Plus, it just is a good trick in giving a creature hexproof, even if you're not removing counters from it. So, there's a compelling argument, which is nothing. Dissenter's Deliverance is nothing. Forsake the Worldly is nothing. These are all like, well, these two at least are sideboard cards at best. Pathmaker Initiate is okay if you're going aggressive, but it's power 2 or less, and we're green so far, which means we're high-powered stuff. I'm going to take the Fetid Pools only because it's good. I mean, if we're trying to splash blue or black, because we've seen some good cards in both colors. Plus, it's a rare and it's a dual land, and it might be worth something, and there's nothing else here worth taking, so we'll do that. Yeah, so this was our opener, I think, because Nest of Scarabs is still here. So is Illusory Wrapping, Stinging Shot, Supernatural Stamina. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The green, blue, and black seem to be the colors, and so I'm going to take this out of here for now. I still don't want to dip into... There's no need to dip into a second color with this stuff. I mean, maybe... You know what? I guess I'll take Nest of Scarabs over a Stinging Shot. Like I said, we'll see these late, and if we're going green-black, this is the card we want. I might just put this in the sideboard right off the bat. Yeah, I mean, there's another Renewed Faith in here. I still don't like it that much. Tormenting Voice isn't bad, but we haven't really seen a lot of good red. Spidery Grasp is definitely better than Haze of Pollen, and Trespasser's Curse is bad. So I'll take a Spidery Grasp. I might put that in the sideboard as well. Yeah, the other Renewed Faith is here. Bontu's Monument is fine. I've already taken a black card speculating, so I'll take Bontu's Monument. Why not? Yeah, Festering Mummy came back. That's fine. Yeah, that's what it looks like we're doing. Trespasser's Curse is just bad. I'm going to take Sacred Excavation. We can splash it with Fetid Pools. I don't think we need to. And a Plains. All right, pack 2. Give us something good. This is not terrible for us. It's not amazing. We definitely need a bomb of some kind would be nice. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. It's a low drop. I said 2 drops are good. It's black-green, which is kind of what we're doing. I don't know how it's necessarily going to get in and deal damage, but it also works with -1/-1 counter strategies, and if we're in these 2 colors, we're going to be getting those, hopefully. So, yeah, I'm definitely taking Hapatra here. Festering Mummy's good. On-Crop Crasher is amazing if you're in red and aggressive. Hopefully the Kudu comes back. Miasmic Mummy's not bad. Horror's not bad. Again, Festering Mummy's great. So, yeah, I mean, Compulsory Rest is in here, too. I think Hapatra, On-Crop Crasher, and Compulsory Rest are, like, the 3 best cards in this pack. But for us, it's 100% Hapatra, and then Kudu, Festering Mummy, and then Miasmic Mummy and Horror are good for us as well. Hopefully one of those wheels. But Hapatra's great. Here's another Nest of Scarabs. I'm going to actually... Wow, there's some good, sweet stuff in here for us. Splendid Agony's great. Cursed Minotaur is great. Another Sandworm, which hopefully will come back a little later. Quarry Hauler's good in this deck. This is fantastic. I mean, Ruthless Sniper's okay, but we're not really cycling or discarding yet. I mean, Greater Sandworm has cycling technically, but I think I'm going to go with... We already have a Nest of Scarabs, so I'm going to take the Splendid Agony here. It's removal, and it's -1/-1 counters, which is what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Green Cartouche, 100%. Absolutely 100%. Quarry Hauler's here. Festering Mummy's here. Greater Sandworm's here. Hopefully we're getting these Sandworms back for Champion, but Cartouche of Strength is just 100% what we want to be doing. Plus, it's the best, in my opinion, of course, the best Cartouche. and another piece of removal. Here's a third Nest of Scarabs. Again, this came back real late, so I'm banking on that. Another Festering Mummy. I still think I'm going for Grimstrider here, though. It's an uncommon. Festering Mummy, worth coming back later as well. So I'm going to take Grimstrider. We've gotten some... These are some sweet cards. Hopefully some of these wheel for us. Here's another Fetid Pools. But another... Jesus, there's like a million Nest of Scarabs. But there's also a Wasteland Scorpion. I'm assuming these nests are coming back. Having a million Nest of Scarabs would be great because you put 1/1/1/1 counter and just get multiple insects for it. So yeah, I'm going to take the Scorpion here because I want creatures. This guy has Death Touch, so he's kind of what we want to be doing. But yeah, I'm hoping these nests come back, or maybe even these Fetid Pools. Okay, so we finally got a pack that's not good for us. Which is surprising because everything has been amazing for us. I'm going to take Open into Wonder. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm going to take Winds of Rebuke. It's either that or Aven Initiate. Again, we can splash blue. We don't necessarily have to. Not a huge fan of Painful Lesson, but Winds is good. We can bounce stuff back, attack with big stuff. Again, with Greater Sandworm's ability to not be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, we could bounce something that has power greater than 2, and just be able to smash in with a 7/7. So Winds is great. Kudu came back. Happy to take that. Great card for this deck. I'll take Winds out for now. Colossipede came back. Faith of the Devoted is not for our deck, although it's a good card if you're in the cycle or discard deck. But another Colossipede is great. Festering Mummy over Miasmic and Kudu? Interesting. They both put -1/-1 counters, but Festering Mummy is cheaper, but we did see a million of them. We didn't see as many Kudus, so I'm going to take the Kudu here. Here's the Nest of Scarabs. I'm going to take that over Miasmic, but there's also Quarry Hauler. Oh, no. We're getting towards the end of the pack, so I'm going to go Quarry Hauler. We saw a bunch, but now we haven't seen them recently. Hopefully we see another nest. There were like 3 of them, so I'm going to take that. Here's another Festering and another Quarry Hauler. These are some... I'm really happy to be having these tough choices because it means we're in the right colors. I'm going to take Festering here. We can take an Unburden for the board. These two are nothing for us. Same thing with Benefaction. I'm not a huge fan. Open it. I debated taking this earlier. I don't know that we play it, but it's a great card. And an island. Okay. Last pack. There's a foil Nest of Scarabs. There's a Magma Spray, which is great. Another Crasher is really nice. Another Faith. Another Enigma Drake. We're not a Throne of the God Pharaoh deck. I'm going to take another... I'm going to take the Nest. Cursed Minotaur's here too, which is nice. We passed up so many nests. Now we can have 2, which means we probably just add this one in. And we take this foil one. It's foil. I like foils. Even online. Better in person, but... wow. Well, Quarry Hauler's not bad. I was going to say this pack's bad for us, but Quarry Hauler's great. I don't mind having a second one of those. It works for what we're doing. We can double the counters on one of our opponents, or sorry, put another counter on one of our opponent's creatures, or we could take them off of ours if we have to, load them up with Kudus and things like that. So yeah. Okay, we have a Naga Vitalist, another Quarry Hauler, and a Trial of Strength. We have 1 Cartouche for the Trial. A 4/2 is not bad. Naga Vitalist is kind of more what we want so that we can get up to this stuff if we don't get Champion. Or another Quarry Hauler. I think a 4/3 that does stuff for 4 is better than a 4/2 that doesn't do anything for 3 that we might, be able to bounce back with our 1 Cartouche. So I'm still going to go with another Quarry Hauler here. We don't need Naga Vitalist for ramp because this cycles, and otherwise the top of our curve is 5, which is not that high. So I'll take a Quarry Hauler. Here's a black Cartouche. There's a Lord of the Accursed. Somebody that took that Wayward Servant's going to be really happy. But we're going to take Cartouche here. This card's amazing. It's more -1/-1 counters, and it gives one of our creatures lifelink and makes it bigger, which we definitely would love. There's another Hepatris Mark, but it's not better than the Cartouche. So kind of sucks that we didn't take that trial, but it doesn't feel that bad. I like Quarry Hauler a lot. So Edifice is good, but I think we want to be doing... I love Edifice, in fact, but that's more for control-y, and I don't think that's what we're doing. We just want to attack, have them have to make bad blocks, which means it's either Spidery Grasp or Wander in Death. I think it's just Wander. We already have a Spidery Grasp, and it's not in our main. So I'll take a Wander in Death here. Getting some of our big stuff back that they might use a removal spell on would be really nice. So I'll do a Wander in Death here. Here's another Colossopede, another Spidery Grasp, and a Horror of the Broken Lands. 3 Colossopedes is kind of a lot, but it's still a 5/5 for 5. I'm never going to complain about that. If we were in the red-green aggressive, Brute Strength would be nice. Failure to comply is obviously not where we are, and it's not even that crazy where you could say that it's a sign that we should have been in these 2 colors. I think the sign that we should be in the 2 colors we're in is the fact that there have been a million cards in those 2 colors for us. So I'm going to just take this Colossopede. There's a Lay Bare the Heart, but there's a Blighted Bat. I'm just taking the Bat. It will gain haste if we have enough mana for it. It's a flyer, which we're kind of light on, and we haven't gotten any of those stinging shots, which is kind of a shame. But we'll take it. Our 3-drop slot is insane right now, but we're still taking... It's for us, easily the best card in this pack. Lay Bare's okay. Blighted Bat's much better. There's another Bantu's Monument, another Spidery Grasp, a Dune Beetle, which is not what we're doing, a bad Haze of Pollen, or a Manglehorn for the board. We don't really have high-drop black creatures. In fact, Grimstrider is the only one. And if we play this on turn 3, or the other one on turn 3, the Grimstrider just also costs 3, and it drains. But I think I take the Manglehorn for the board. If somebody has the Edifice of Authority or something like that we need to get rid of, it's good for the sideboard. Wow, how is Magma Spray still in here? That card's incredible. We can't splash red, but my god. I'm taking the Giant Spider. Again, we're light on flying defense. If we really need it. Again, we're trying to be more aggressive than that, but I'll take a Giant Spider for the board. I'll put the Manglehorn in the board as well. I mean, we're not splashing blue, so there's just nothing in here for us. I'll take the Skirmisher just in case, but it's just not happening. Honed Kopesh or Haze of Pollen. I'm relatively certain there's no world where we play either Haze of Pollen or Trespasser's Curse, but I'll take the Haze just in case our opponent has something huge that we need to stop. Yeah, these are just awful, awful choices. Oh no, you know what? I'll take the Full Art Swamp. These cards are all terrible, and we're not playing against whoever gets them, so we can't even say that we want to cut it. I'll just take the Full Art Swamp for fun. Spidery Grasp over Dissenter's Deliverance. How many Spidery Grasps do we have? Just the one? Yeah, I'll take a second one. That's fine. Dissenter's Deliverance isn't even that good. I'd rather have the Manglehorn for Artifact Hate. So Spidery Grasp it is. Sacred Excavation for the board that we're not using. And a Painful Lesson last pick. That's at least something we could play. We are into deck building. And in fact, if this is our deck, we only have to cut one card. Let's see. This is great. I mean, this is 100% what we want to be doing. We have great cards. I'm happy to have Nest of Scarabs in this deck because it is a -1/-1 counter deck. And this Quarry Haulers do say put another counter of that kind on it or remove from it. And Nest of Scarabs specifies when you put one or more counters. So that would work. This is a great combo of 3 Quarry Haulers, 2 Nest of Scarabs. Cartouche puts -1/-1 counters. Hapatra cares about that as well. Festering Mummy, Exemplar of Strength, the Koodoos, like it's 100% what our deck is doing. In the top end, not so much, and with the champion, no, but these are more just win conditions of beat you in the face, and Nest of Scarabs, hopefully we can just do what this art shows and just overwhelm our opponent with a million insects. Also, I'm pretty sure foil Nest of Scarabs makes foil insects, which is even better value. Which means we have to make a cut. Our 3-drop slot is big. Maybe we get rid of Wander in Death for now. If we notice that they're heavy removal, we can bring Wander in Death in to get our stuff back. But for now, sure it cycles, but we want to just be playing stuff and attacking, and this would kind of put us back a turn on doing that, just to get a couple things back. I'd rather just have creatures in our hand. If we sort creatures separately, let's see. Okay, so our spells are all 3-drops and Hapatra's Mark. We have 2 Cartouches, 2 Nest of Scarabs, and a Splendid Agony, which is not bad at all. I think we just go with the number of mana symbols that we have. There's no doubles. So yeah, I think we just do, 50-50. We might be heavier. Let's see. Oh, there's double green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 11, 13, 14, 16 green mana symbols. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. And 9 black mana symbols. Wow. Okay. Maybe 10 if I miscounted. So we do heavier green than black, but I still think it's only 1 more green. Wow. They're doing a lot more. I'm going to do 8 and 9. We're basically 50-50. I know there's much more green than black, and Magic Online might screw us over. If they're going to screw us over, they're going to screw us over. But I think that 9 and 8 is better than 10 and 7. So I'm just going to go with that. Oh, although actually, we're going to take 1 swamp out and put this full art swamp in. I didn't take this pick for nothing. We're going to do that instead. Fetid Pools is definitely not worth it because we're not splashing blue. There's not even anything. We have 2 Sacred Excavations. Tell you how bad that card is. Winds of Rebuke is not terrible, but we don't need it for this deck. And Open into Wonder is double blue, which means I'm not wasting, cards in my deck to be able to play Open into Wonder. If we really need it, we can think about it, but I don't really see it. So let's just save the deck and see if we can get right into a game. Okay. Yeah, I think this deck is fine. I actually really like green-black as a combination in general, but just in this format, I think it's good. We will see if it works out for us or if we just get smashed. Because we did not get any big bombs. We didn't really even see any big bombs. The champion is good, but it's really only getting us a Greater Sandworm because none of the other ones came back. And that's only if it's in our hand. Otherwise, we could drop Colossipedes or just free creatures in general. And Hapatra is good. I don't know that she's going to be getting in ever. So we'll have to see. Okay, so we lost the die roll. But with 2 2-drops, a 3-drop, and 2 lands, we're totally keeping this hand. 2 Quarry Haulers feels bad if we don't get 1 or 2 more lands, but with Exemplar of Strength on turn 2, followed by Bitterblade Warrior, it's just totally what we want to be doing. And we put the counters on itself, clearly, because we don't want to kill our Bitterblade Warrior. Oh, good, a land. Sweet. Let's go Swamp first. There's no double green that low. There's no double any color. Again, until Greater Sandworm on 7, so... And they end their turn not playing anything. Ooh, an Ornery Kudu too. Very nice. So now we have something, even if we don't draw a 4th land, we could play the Kudu over the Blighted Bat and maybe put counters back on Exemplar of Strength. Maybe not, but maybe we do. But that's our turn. They're red-white. They have the Retcrop Spearmaster. I will... Do I attack into this guy? Yeah, I'd trade a 3-1. This guy doesn't embalm, and he's pretty scary attacking. So before I play anything, let's go to combat and attack. Remove the -1/-1 counter and attack with a 2/2. If they don't block, this thing gets real out of hand. But if they do, we get to get their 3-1 off the field. And we have lots more stuff coming up, so They don't block. All right, great. I skipped right through the end of my turn. That's my fault. I'm dumb. Yay. All right, well, we can probably still deal. They're going to attack for 4 or 3. Could just be 3. It's just 3. That's fine. No exert. We made the mistake of skipping through the rest of our turn. Let's see what they do. That was real dumb. Real dumb. Yeah, Emberhorn Minotaur sucks. All right, Greater Sandworm is here. Let's try to do this correctly this time. We go to attacks. Again, if they want to trade, we'll be happy to trade. But otherwise, let's see. They don't block. We go to our second main. We actually do something. I think it's the Kudu. This would become a 4/4, so I think we just put the counter on itself. We can always quarry holler the counters away now that we have them. So we can, let's Ornery Kudu here, put the counters on itself, and end our, or the counter on itself, and end our turn. This guy could give itself Menace, and this guy could give itself First Strike, so we wouldn't want to block anyway. We're going to take some damage here. That's my fault for screwing up my turn there. They're going to be aggressive and attack with both. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. And it looks like they're exerting. Oh, maybe they're choosing not to exert. They exert the Retcrop Spearmaster, not the Emberhorn Minotaur. I don't see a reason to block. I can't kill either of them, and I'd rather be swinging in for damage. Plus, we can Quarry Holler the counter away. They do have 5 mana, so I don't know what they're doing, but we are taking lots of damage here. I think that screw up in the beginning kind of lost us this one. Hey, an Edifice of Authority. Okay, so they can use that this turn to make the Exemplar, I assume, unable to attack. Okay, so we can Festering Mummy, Bitterblade Warrior. Yeah, because if Mummy dies in any way, even if they give this guy Menace, if Mummy dies, we can kill the Spearmaster. So that's great. And we can use Quarry Haulers, actually, to remove brick counters from the Edifice if we really need to. Let's go to attacks, because we're not Quarry Hollering, so we don't have to worry about removing counters. So we'll go to combat. They can prevent Exemplar from attacking, and then we can attack with the Kudu instead. That's fine. And then we can actually remember to do something second main phase instead of screwing it up royally. A little quick on that trigger finger. Okay. Now we play our land. And we play a Festering Mummy for 1 and a Bitterblade Warrior for 2. If we have to block with the Exemplar and the Festering Mummy to kill the Emberhorn Minotaur, I'll totally do that. If they have a trick, they have a trick. It's totally possible. Pursue Glory is a thing. They're red-white. But I just want the Mummy to die so we can kill the Spearmaster. They may be able to put a Cartouche or something on it, but we can then double the counters with Quarry Hauler next turn. Compulsory Rest, he can't attack or block. Okay, but I can tap 2 to sack it to gain 2 life. It won't be this turn, but still. And I don't mind... Ooh, do I mind double blocking here on the Emberhorn Minotaur? Oh, well, they just have Cut to Ribbons. Can they play Ribbons? Doesn't look like it. Deals 4 damage to the Exemplar dies, so we can't block the Emberhorn, so we take 5 this turn. Not the worst thing in the world. We can't sack and Quarry Hauler, but we don't have to. We can just sack, gain 2 life, and put the counter on the Retcrop Spearmaster. And we drew another land. So we can actually... let's go to combat first. We can play Blighted Bat and Sacrifice, but we might save the sack for their turn. Oh no, I guess it doesn't. We should do it now. But let's go to combat first. They have Edifice mana. Use it on Kudu, I assume. Okay. This is exerted, correct? Oh no, it's not exerted. Did they just attack with it? Okay. So then we probably don't attack this turn, because we can double block if we have to with Bat and Bitterblade, because if they pump it, we could just lose. They would only have to give it 2 more power if they exert it. So we skip through. Oh, no, because we could block with Kudu and Bat, although they could have another like compulsory rest or something. I will attack, but I won't exert. I don't think there's a need to give it Death Touch. They have no mana up to block with, so... so that's fine. Now we're in main phase 2. Let's tap 3 for the Bat. And let's sacrifice this guy for 2 and put the counter on the Spearmaster. Yes, please. Okay. That's our turn. Doesn't seem like we're dead. We're only at 5 mana, so we're getting closer slowly to the Sandworm, but we do have Quarry Hullers coming up, which is nice. He attacks. Not exerting. And he can kill both, but I don't think I care. Because I'm going to have a 4/3. So if they have a pump, they get us. Then it's a 2-for-1. But that's totally fine with me. Again, I've got Quarry Haulers as backup. Okay. Very good. We traded. 2-for-1. We 2-for-1'd ourselves regardless, but let's see what they have. They've got 3 cards left in hand, same as us. Yeah, another Emberhorn. That's fine. A Quarry Hauler and anything else blocking it. Oh. Well, we could attack and exert this guy. Oh, no. I guess if we cartouche... Yeah, if we attack and exert with Bitterblade Warrior and then cartouche it, it kills the Minotaur. But then we have nothing else on board. And if they play a Haster in red, I mean, we're not dead. There's no 9-power Hasters. Oh, but they're just going to make it unable to attack this turn, right? Oh, but it doesn't matter. We can still cartouche it and... Alright, so let's go to combat. Maybe we don't have to cartouche this turn. Oh, well, they're gonna be able to put a brick on this, which means they'll be able to make something unable to block, but then they have to exert this. So we're going to combat. I assume that they just use this on the Bitterblade Warrior, make it unable to attack. Then they have 3 bricks, which means on their turn, they can make either the Bitterblade or presumably the Quarry Hauler, if we play it, unable to block. And then they can exert this, make it a 5/4 menace, so that we can't block it, because we would have a creature that couldn't block. It then can't attack the next turn either, which I'm not super upset about. But we can cartouche it the turn after, making it a 5/4, which still dies to Emberhorn Minotaur fights. Plus, we don't have enough... Even if we draw another land, we don't have enough to do both. Quarry Hauler and Cartouche. So the question obviously is, do we play Quarry Hauler this turn, or do we Cartouche on the Bitterblade, killing the Emberhorn this turn? I think we Quarry Hauler this turn. It at least gets us a second creature on the field for Edifice, so that they can only Edifice 1 creature at a time. Otherwise, once we Cartouche, Bitterblade dies, and then we can only, at this point, only play 1 creature a turn. So I think we Quarry Hauler. We'll leave up the green. There. We'll remove one, actually. Not that it really matters, but we can remove a brick counter. Remove. Okay. It doesn't really matter. Well, actually, it does. Now they can't prevent blocking. So actually, that's relevant. But now it's their turn. They play. Another compulsory rest for 2? Nope. Hyena Pack. It's a 3/4. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so Ribbons requires double black. I assume they're just not playing Ribbons. Card's fantastic regardless. 4 damage to target creature for 2 mana as a sorcery. Not bad at all. Yeah, Hyena Pack's Hyena Pack. I could kill that with Cartouche, although I really don't want to. Oh, well. Now it's a 4/5, which with haste, and now they can make something unable to block. It's Quarry Hauler. Okay, so I'm going to have to chump with Bitterblade Warrior this turn to prevent dying if they exert. Otherwise, I go to 1, which I still don't want to do. So yeah, I'm going to block with the Bitterblade Warrior on the Hyena Pack here. They could have killed us, actually, if we hadn't taken that brick counter off, so that's good to know. Okay, so we got a forest. So what do we have? 6 mana, which, like I said, is not enough to do both of these. Anything that we kill with the Quarry Hauler with a Cartouche dies. They don't have enough mana to Edifice, but they have 2 attackers. We would have to double block the Emberhorn Minotaur. And if we don't draw a land, if we play Quarry Hauler this turn, if we don't draw a land next turn, or at least a relevant enough creature, we probably just lose. I still think it's Quarry Hauler here. We can take him down another brick on the Edifice, just get him further away from being able to prevent us from blocking. We would have 2 Quarry Haulers. They have 1 card in hand. So unless they have another Cartouche, and they can't bring anything back from their graveyard, because again, they don't have double black. So yeah, I think it's just another Quarry Hauler here. We take the Edifice down another tick. And we hold the Cartouche. Okay. Remove. And that's our turn. If we had another land, we could have Cartouched, but to be honest, we could have just Greater Sandwormed. And that's obviously the Sandworm wants to be the one to wear the Cartouche, because neither of these guys have Death Touch. But if we have to trade off a Quarry Hauler for one of these two after having like double blocked or something, that's totally fine as well. They go to combat. We have nothing to say about that. Let's see how they attack. They don't at all. Okay, what do they have then? Another Spearmaster. Hopefully we get more -1/-1 counters. And they end their turn. What do we get? Very nice. I said we wanted -1/-1 counters. We sure did. And we can play both. In fact, let's see. If we play both on the single Quarry Hauler, they'll be able to make it not able to attack, but it doesn't matter. We can just remove 2 of their creatures this turn. So we Cartouche of Ambition, making one of the Quarry Haulers a 5/4, and killing the Spearmaster. We put the other one on it, making it a 6/5, and we get to kill the Hyena Pack, I guess? And then it's a 6/5 lifelinker, which means we gain 6 life when it deals that damage. We then go to combat, and they make something unable to attack, and we probably just attack with the other one, because then 2 of their creatures will be gone. I want to get rid of... See, the problem is I don't know whether to get rid of the 4/5 or the 4/3, because this guy can gain Menace, and that becomes a problem if they're preventing things from blocking. So maybe I just kill the Emberhorn Minotaur with the Cartouche. Either way, this is a great turn for us. I really like that draw. That draw was fantastic. But which Quarry Hauler do I put it on is really the question. It's really not. It doesn't matter. I put it on this one. They have one card in hand. And they have not F6'd like they'd been doing. So I'm going to put the counter on the Spearmaster. Spearmaster is really bad against us, which is nice. Okay, so yes, that happens. That dies. And now we just... yeah, like I said, I think I get rid of the Minotaur. And then I just don't attack this turn and wait till next turn. Cartouche of Strength as well. Killing the Emberhorn Minotaur. Okay, so they're just making it unable to attack. That's not a problem. We're just gonna have this guy fight the Emberhorn. Which is fine. Actually, you probably wanted to make this guy attack, because then you get to 3 for... Well, it's still 3 for 3, but whatever. Yes, use the Cartouche's ability. And we gain life as well. So, that's great. I will go to combat. I'm not attacking, because that would be silly. Because either of my creatures would die. And clearly they would... Well, this one can't attack, but this one would die. And actually just get eaten, because we wouldn't be able to kill it. Talkrop Elite's good, but you don't have it this turn. You can feel free to attack. I will block happily. I drew the land. I don't play it yet. I think I attack first, because if they trade off, then the Talkrop Elite cannot block the Greater Sandworm, and I don't want to reveal that before attacking. Although they're gonna just make this guy unable to attack, aren't they? That would make the most sense. Yeah, and now it's got 3 brick counters, which is fine. They're going to be switching the Edifice to the Greater Sandworm soon. So we play a land, and we tap out. They're tapped out as well, but we tap out for the... Yeah, let's cycle it. We tap out for the Greater Sandworm. Ooh, we're both at 11. That's pretty sweet. We are top decking, and it looks like they are as well, because they just played a land and still have 1 card in hand. So they're playing something. It's a Pathmaker Initiate, so they can make this guy unable to block, and then next turn. And then they can exert it and pump it up to a 3/3 and pump everything else as well. It still doesn't matter. I mean, they can prevent the 7/7 from blocking, but this is only... And this would then trade with the Quarry Hauler. Oh. That is fine, I guess. I don't know what you're attacking with. Oh, the flyer, I guess. That's fine. We can't block, but we'll take 2. Go to 9. We draw a Grimstrider, which just is a 6/6. Yeah, we're just putting threat after threat after threat on the board. Oh, but this can't attack now, but the 7/7 can? Let's do it. I'll gladly attack with a 7/7 and then drop a 6/6. This is great. They cannot trade. They have no cards in hand, so they literally cannot trade. And they just don't block at all? Wow. Okay. And we play a Grimstrider. Nice top deck for us. Get rewarded for playing badly. That's always nice. Let's see what they do. They can make, like I said, they can make the Talkrop Elite unable to be blocked. Or yeah, unable to be blocked no matter what. The Quarry Hauler can't block or attack until their next turn. Bloodlust Insider is fine. That's just what they drew, which would have been nice for them at the beginning of the game. And they can exert this, but that makes this 5 power. Yeah, they're just attacking us for 2 in the air. You're gonna run into some big problems from us real soon if you don't start doing something else. I don't know that we show them Champion. We don't need it. It is a 3/3, but let's attack first. Oh, we have a 5/5 though now, so we want to make this a 6/6, so they can't just like block and kill it. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it though. We attack with a 7/7 that can only be blocked by the 4/5 and has to be, otherwise they lose. So they trade off their they lose their 4/5 against our 7/7. But then we're attacking with a 5/5 as well that needs to be blocked, which can just be chump blocked by the Bloodlust Insider. Which actually means that it doesn't matter if we keep Champion in our hand, because we're not attacking with it this turn. We'll see what happens second main phase. Again, they're top decking as well. We are at 7, so we want to be able to have some blockers out. So I would probably actually play Champion. We want to be able to actually win this game and not lose with Champion sitting in our hand because we didn't want to show it to them. So let's attack with... Actually, we attack with all 3, because they can't not block the 7/7, and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, which means these 2 can't block, so it has to be Hyena Pack, so I'm not afraid of the Quarry Hauler dying. So we just attack. All 3 of these creatures are lethal. They have to chump all of them, which leaves them with a 2/2 Takrop Elite and top decking. So I'm not really that concerned about what they draw. Yeah. And we won't be able to block with this. So for shenanigans reasons, I almost clicked it. You saw it. I will tap 4 and play the Champion. We show it to them, but it also just prevents us from losing, which is more important to me. Okay, we win. They probably drew a land or something. But I think that was correct. We had to play the Champion out there. Okay. With what they had something for Manglehorn. It's a 3-mana 2/2, which kind of sucks. But we can destroy their Edifice, or if we just end up playing it for whatever reason, because we want, early power on the board, and it's the only thing we have, the Edifice at least enters tapped, so it can't be used the turn it comes into play. That's kind of the only thing that we took Manglehorn for. Did they have... They had cut for, like, Hapatra's Mark reasons. We didn't see any of our Nest of Scarabs, although they would have been nice because we were putting -1/-1 counters on things. Do we take out Champion? Switch this 4-drop for this 3-drop? This is a 3/3, and it's probably going to draw removal because they're afraid of what we could play with it. They did see the Sandworm. They don't know that that's the biggest and best thing we have, but they also didn't see any of our Colossipedes. There was a lot we didn't see that game that would have been really good for us, although Cartouche was fantastic on Quarry Hauler. I think if we put in the Manglehorn, which I don't even honestly want to do, but if we do it, then I think we take out Champion. It'll come back in round 2, or if we go to game 3, it can come back in then as well, if necessary. But let's see what we do here. Bontu's Monument is also a consideration if we lose game 2, just because we were kind of going back and forth a lot. So I'll submit. Let's see what we get. Yes, the submission was received. Thank you. Okay. He's going to want to play first, I assume. Wow, our clock is low. We thought about a lot of stuff. We have half the time that they have, and we are up a game, which is nice. Just decide whether you want to play first so I can see my hand. See if it's good or not good. Because that's also a possibility. Awkward. We're keeping it because, again, we have 2/2 drops, but we have no black, and we want Festering Mummy turn 1, but we're also on the draw. So we could draw the Swamp and play the Festering Mummy, which would just look like we had it forever. Yes! Oh, that's so nice. That feels real nice. How good do we run? I do not get this lucky on Magic Online. I'm not, this just doesn't happen. And they're off their second color, at least this turn. Let's play Exemplar. Put the counters on itself. If they had played something, we could have put it on the Mummy and just had a 4/4. But let's just attack. Nest of Scarabs is definitely coming down next turn because we have Splendid Agony. We have the counter from the Mummy as well. So yeah, that's totally what we want to be doing. Nest of Scarabs is great here. They compulsory arrest that guy. That's fine. Okay, that's their entire turn. Oh, they missed a land drop as well. Although, to be fair, when we quote-unquote missed a land drop, we really didn't. Let's... go to combat here. Attack for 1. I think I play Bitterblade Warrior here. They're not playing anything, and so I'm putting pressure on them to do stuff, as opposed to Nest of Scarabs, which is just, you know, for fancy. If that means then we have to Splendid Agony before we Nest of Scarabs, that's fine. They're looking for their red with their Evolving Wilds. Yeah, but they're also ending their turn. So yeah, we're definitely making them pay. We draw another land, we just have double Colossopede at some point, and this turn we get to play the Nest of Scarabs, so yeah, that's fine. We attack, we don't exert. There's no need to. It's an extra damage, but then he's tapped down next turn, and we don't know that they definitively have something, although they likely do. But we just Nest here. And then we can Splendid Agony and kill something if we want. And again, then we get 2 insects off of Nest of Scarabs. So yeah, they may be way too far behind here. We're just going to try to be as quick as possible. Gideon. Alright, so they can prevent all damage that the Bitterblade Warrior would deal this turn with a +1, because the emblem does nothing for them. But they +1 on the Bitterblade Warrior, which means the Festering Mummy's only dealing a damage, which is just what they plussed it to. But if we draw a land, yeah. But if we draw a land, we just get Colossopede down to pressure. Totally exactly what's happening. All right. I think... yeah, because there's no ultimate here. And he becomes a 4/4 indestructible that I can just block with a 5/5 or just take 4 because I don't care. So yeah, I think I just... let's go to combat. I'm going to attack them. Oh, it prevents all damage that would be dealt in general? Yeah. So it's just... he attacks. Let's see if they do anything. They can't. They're tapped out. They kept their opening hand with no red because they had Gideon, but because they had double white and Gideon, but they had no third land and they drew Evolving Wilds. That's a loose keep. And we just make them pay for it. Colossopede comes down. At some point, we probably should have sacrificed this. Oh no, I don't know that we could have. The turn that we played Nest of Scarabs, I think we only had 1 land up. But that's fine. So yeah, they prevent the damage the Colossopede would deal, and we can just bring Gideon to 1 if we exert. I don't know that we do that, though. They have 3 mana, so they're still off mana, but they're playing something. No, they're not. Nope, they still are. Okay, they're playing the Unwavering Initiate, which we can kill and get insects off of. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's amazing for us. Let's do that right now. Both on you. They can't embalm it. They don't have enough mana. It dies. We get 2 insects off the Nest of Scarabs. And we can just attack them for 3. Because they don't care about Gideon. They can make the emblem at some point. But then Colossopede just attacks for 5. And there's insects and stuff everywhere. So I'm not too worried about it. I'll just play land before I attack. Before I forget. Attack them. Attack them. And... yeah. There are a lot of options on that Bitterblade Warrior. So yeah, we just attack for 3. They go to 11. Again, I'm not at all concerned about Gideon. He can become a 4/4 if he wants, but... at some point, they're going to want to just make the... yeah, that's fine. At some point, they're going to just want to make the emblem so that they don't lose. but I don't mind attacking with small stuff. They found a 4th land, so they have Hyena Pack. That's fine. We drew a Full Art Swamp. We can Colossipede and then sack this to gain 2 life. I don't exactly see a reason, but we could. I'm gonna attack with my small guys here. I'll give the Bitterblade Warrior Death Touch. Maybe I don't attack with the... No, I attack with the Festering Mummy because then we get more insects that way. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll still attack out. It's still all at them. I'll exert this time. Okay. Had to see what those options were. Jesus. All right. Yeah. It's just all at them. We attack. And then we play land, Colossipede, and our hand is empty, but we're still putting a lot of pressure on them. They're taking 6 if they don't block, going to 5. And Gideon can only work on 1 Colossipede a turn. We just have the second one. Oh, okay. They'll just kill a 1/1. Oh, and I was right. They're foil insect tokens. So yeah, they kill an insect token. That's fine. And then we play a land. And a Colossipede. Very good. This is going very well for us. And our clock just went under 5 minutes, so I really hope we win this game, because otherwise game 3 is going to be a rush job, but that's all right. We'll see. Gideon uses it on 1 of the Colossipedes. That's fine. They still can't attack. And now Gideon's just... Well, he might not be dead, but... Yeah, and there's an Edifice. That's fine. Maybe we draw our Manglehorn this turn. Okay. All right, so they were able to Edifice for our second Colossipede. Oh, we forgot to sack, but we can just... Whatever. Interesting. So let's go to combat. We drew a land, which sucks. But they're going to just Edifice on our other Colossipede. That's fine. We're still attacking them. They're probably just going to kill the other insect. But that's fine. Oh, okay. That's even better. So we put a -1/-1 counter on the creature and just get another insect. Play a land. And then maybe we'll remember on their turn to sack. All right. So they have to keep doing this with Gideon and Edifice, which means, unfortunately, we need a third threat. And if they play something down that could stop it, that's kind of a shame as well. And it's not terrible. Okay, that's fine. Do they attack? I highly doubt it. That's what I thought. Let's sack here. Okay. Nice, and it's a flyer too. All right. We give it haste for 1, which means that we can start getting it in the air, and they're only at 5. So that's kind of exactly what we needed to draw. They're going to make the Colossipede unable to attack, but we can exert Bitterblade Warrior this turn as well again. Fine. And we're just attacking them. Just... There's no need to be cute. We just attack them. All of these will attack them. Let's do it. These little guys trade with these little guys. They have to block, otherwise they die. because they haven't made the emblem yet, so I'm not that concerned. Okay. So Hyena Pack's the only thing left for them, and they go to 3. And we have a 2/1 flyer in the air. They could make the emblem. Then we have to start chipping away at Gideon with a flyer, which kind of sucks. But we could. Yep, there's the emblem. That's fine. Okay. We're still able to attack with a 5/5 this turn. And there we have a 6/6 as well. But that'll be after the fact. Let's go to combat. They can prevent one of these from attacking, and then they can make it not be able to block next turn as well. But we just attack Gideon for 7. Attack Gideon. They block. Do they double block and kill? Because then we just drop a 6/6, which they don't know we have, of course. Yep. We kill the Emberhorn Minotaur first. That's fine. Because Emberhorn is much more of a threat to us if they decide to start actually being aggressive. Fine. Combat has ended. And so we play a Grimstrider. Okay. Gideon is at 6. And we lost one of our 5/5s, which, again, Edifice is just going to be locking down the other one forever, but anything we draw that's not a land is probably good for us here, unless it's like the other Nest of Scarabs. Okay. Embalm the Unwavering Initiate, that's fine. Still can't stop the flyer unless they're using the Edifice on it. Which they could do, but then they're trading 2 of their creatures for our Colossopede, plus we have a 6/6 still. So, okay. Yeah, Gideon can now that they have the emblem, can just use himself on the 6/6 forever. So that's fine. They don't attack, and they end their turn. That's amazing. We'll just drop that right now. Go to combat, see what they do. They use Edifice on Colossopede. That's fine. We attack Gideon for 2. Basically, Gideon's taking 1 a turn because he's plussing himself. But we are under no pressure, which is the nice thing. The Edifice can make things unable to block, but Emberhorn Minotaur again. Okay. That's right. They had 2 last game as well. We saw that. Okay. So they prevent the Grimstrider again. Makes sense. So they attack. Doubt it. Good. Nice. Do we just remove... Can we remove a loyalty counter? I think we can. That'd be cool. So we remove a loyalty counter from Gideon. And then we go to combat. They stop one of the Colossopedes. And then trade with the other one, presumably. Oh, they just didn't Edifice at all? Okay. So we attack Gideon. Gideon. And you chump block or just let him die? I mean, I assume you just let him die and then deal with the fact that you're at 3 with no Gideon Planeswalker. We do have a minute 43, which is rough, but... Double block, single block. Okay. We're just dropping threat after threat, though, so... we killed the wrong thing. Can we... Yeah, we can't. Okay, fine. We did that wrong, but that's okay. They still have an Emberhorn Minotaur. I'm not super concerned. Okay. Cartouche of Zeal. Something can't block. Presumably the... Okay, the Quarry Hauler, because they'll use Gideon on the Grimstrider. Oh. Okay. They didn't use Gideon at all? Well, let's... Oh. Okay. We just won because they forgot to get in and they knew what was coming. Okay, sweet. We won that match with 1:17 on our clock. They had 11:41. That's awesome. That works for me. Let's go. Let's run it back. Let's see. Do we edit our deck at all? I think it worked well for us, but the champion did come out pretty quickly, but it was for Manglehorn, which we don't care about unless they really have something that we need to stop. So, no, I think this deck's great. Let's do it. All right, that was a little stressful. Maybe we can not play so loose. And by we, I clearly mean me, because I'm sure you guys knew exactly where I screwed up and when. Let's see what we can do here in what is essentially round 2. We are 1-0. We can wait. We can wait to find someone. That's what we can do. There we go. Join the match. Okay. We won the die roll. Yes, I'd like to play first. I like your little avatar. We have 3 lands. We're not as fast as we'd like to be, but it's still a keepable hand. We can Blighted Bat. They don't mulligan. And so we play a Full Art Swamp and pass. They play a Bloodlust Insider. Jesus, we're playing against lots of red today. Okay, that's fine. Red's a good color in this deck, in this format. I'll play an Exemplar of Strength, sure. Yeah, the counter's totally going itself. And then we end our turn. The Bloodlust Insider is not... Okay, that trades with it. I was going to say the Bloodlust Insider is not as good because it... the Exemplar attacks as a 2/2. Although now the Exemplar will attack as a 3/3, but if we cartouche it, but then it still dies because we would have dealt the damage that way. So yeah, I'm gonna Blighted Bat here. These guys don't scare me. Bigger stuff that they play with these guys, or buff with these guys, scares me. But otherwise, I mean, we've got lots of cool stuff going on here. So let's Swamp, Blighted Bat, and end our turn. I don't want to attack. I will wait, because they're going to use this on something real soon. It's red-white again. Jesus. Alright, well, yeah. On-Crop Crasher's real good, but it dies to Cartouche of Strength, thank goodness. It'll make something unable to block, presumably the Blighted Bat, if they exert it, of course. I don't mind taking 4 here at all. Okay, so the Blighted Bat can't block. That's fine. I don't want to block. Okay, good. Okay. If I play Grimstrider, it'll be a 3/3. This is exerted. I don't have to worry about this for 2 turns, so I'm not. They have 4 cards in hand. I could Quarry Hauler, take a counter off of this, and then attack, and then it can't be traded with. And I think that's what I do here. Quarry Hauler. Remove a counter from the Exemplar, then attack with it and the Blighted Bat. Another counter gets removed from the Exemplar, and I attack for 5. They don't block. That's good for me. If I draw a land, I can Colossipede. Otherwise, I have Grimstrider and Cartouche and whatever we draw. So yeah, another Pathmaker Initiate. They're making way for something, but really nothing yet. I was going to say, I don't think you attack. Okay. So we Cartouche on Quarry Hauler, killing the Crasher, and then we don't attack with the Quarry Hauler. Or do we do this? 5? Yeah, we do it on the Quarry Hauler, and then we attack with these two. So let's Cartouche on the Quarry Hauler. We probably could have like tried to attack first, but if they blocked appropriately, then we just don't get to do this, and I really need to kill the Crasher this turn. So Crasher dies. And then we go to combat, and I attack for 6 total. And our Exemplar is a 4/4 again. All right. Do you block? You can double block and kill, but you lose both your Pathmaker initiates. Although they're not really doing anything for you right now anyway, so there you go. That's fine. I don't need to order blockers this time. Sure. Okay, that's my turn. They play and they use an Evolving Wilds. Okay. Okay, I was going to say maybe it's a third color. It's not. They play for 5. I know Catcher's Attendant. It's a 3/3 flyer. That's fine. So now they can stop our Blighted Bat, but we still have a 5/4. And a land for Colossipede. Okay. And then another Colossipede. Let's go to combat, and we attack with the Quarry Hauler and see if they block. Because they can double block and then embalm this for 5 again next turn, but again, we have Colossipedes. They just don't know it. They just take it. Okay, well then, threat after threat after threat. That's what we want to be doing, and that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, 5 mana for a Trueheart Twins. They can exert it as it attacks, and whenever any creature exerts, all creatures they control get +1/+0 until end of turn. They don't have any exerters on the field but this, and it's just a 4/4. And they play another Bloodless Insider. They could give it haste. They could definitely give it haste, because they have the other Bloodless Insider, which they didn't do. We have a Bitterblade Warrior. Okay, let's go to combat. Because again, threat after threat after threat. We're just going to attack with these two for 10. They have to block. They can trade Trueheart Twins for Quarry Hauler. That's fine with me. We'll still trample over for at least 1 there. And then they can triple block and kill the Colossipede. That seems really bad for them. Okay, so they double block to kill this guy. And then double block to kill that guy as well. Let's assign blocking order. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Okay. Oh, it's got to be this first? Yeah, that's fine there. Okay, that's better. I was like, that's confusing. Okay, perfect. We did that correctly. Yes. And yes. Very good. And now we just drop another Colossipede. They worked real hard to get rid of that. They're top decking too? That's bad for them, it seems like. Okay, so they bring back Catcher's Attendant. That's fine. We draw Hapatra Vizier of Poisons. This might actually be getting in for some damage. We could play both of these this turn. We obviously attack first. It's just with the 5/5 too. Because once that 3 dies again, then we can start attacking in the air again, but I don't really want to have this thing get eaten. They just go to 2? Okay. Let's play Hapatra, and let's play Bitterblade Warrior. And see what they do with that. That's what I thought. Okay. Very good. Aggression. They were low on lands, so we don't exactly know what they have, but I see nothing wrong with this deck. Sure, they had a flyer, so it could be Giant Spider or Spidery Grasp. But I don't think we need to do either of those yet. Again, we're up a game. If we see that there's a lot more flyers than just the Catcher's Attendant, we can decide on that later. But otherwise, we just put big creatures on the field and turn them sideways. That's our plan. I don't think there were any loose plays on my part that game. Maybe I'm getting better. I doubt it. Damn. We have 2 swamps and a Nest of Scarabs, but I don't think this is a keepable hand. Well, this one's even worse. Guess we get to go to 5. I love mulliganing. Fantastic. This is worse than our first one. I'll keep that on top, please. Awesome. We just mulled a 5. Whatever. We lost game 1. Or, I'm sorry, won game 1. So if we lose game 2, it's not the worst thing in the world. We just play Festering Mummy. If we get another land, we have double Kudu, which is not bad. And then Quarry Hauler, we can Kudu to kill the Mummy to kill something on their field. Nested Scarabs would be good here too, but... Okay. That's our turn. Pathmaker Initiate. Yep, so we could Kudu to kill something if we wanted to. That's their turn. We have a second land. I don't see a need to attack because I can just, like I said, hopefully Kudu next turn to kill this guy. If they attack, we probably just take it. Oh, but they'll play something. Okay. That seems fine. We can... Oh, it's got first strike. So we can't kill it with the Festering Mummy with a block. But they'll just attack for 3. That's fine. I'll take it. I don't know why you're attacking with a Pathmaker Initiate. That card's real bad for that. Although it does have first strike, which is good against our Quarry Hauler. But... And then they play a True Heart Duelist as well. Okay. We drew a land. That's something. Okay, so we Kudu. We can... Actually, you know what? I think we Kudu here. Put the counter on the Mummy. And then have the Mummy's counter go on the first striker. So that they can't... It's more difficult for them to do shenanigans with it. Yes. Because now we just have a 3/4, which just blocks everything on their field. We can play another one next turn. Which means one of them is going to have to be a 2/3, but still. Okay. Or the only one that's left will have to be a 2/3 because they just killed it. We take 5 here. Okay. If we draw a land, we could champion. Actually, I think we just... Let's Quarry Hauler and double the counters on the Initiate. And kill it. That seems good. And then we just have a 4/3. Add, please. Okay. Yeah. Exactly what we want to be doing. They can have removal here. They could have another big annoying creature here. Okay, so they attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, and make us unable to block by exerting. So we go to 6, which is bad. But that's fine, I guess. Okay. We get Exemplar. We can't Exemplar and Kudu, unfortunately. So do we Kudu instead? That's the question. If we Kudu, or put the counter on itself and it becomes a 2/3, which still trades with On-Crop Crasher, or kills, it eats Duelist and Warrior token, as opposed to Exemplar, which just comes down as a 1/1. So yeah, I think it's just Kudu here. And we got to put the counter on itself. I don't want to shrink the Quarry Hauler to have 2 toughness, because then it just dies to this, or like the stupid 2/1s or whatever. We are not doing well this game, guys. Not at all. Let's see. Do they attack? I didn't think so. All right. Well, we got our land, but we can't do both of these. Question is, do we attack? I think we do. Because we could just play champion next turn, or this turn. So I think we attack for 2. They have 1 card in hand. Do we attack with both? We don't, because they can just make something unable to block by exerting. So yeah, let's do that. We attack for 2 if they want to block with the True Heart. That's fine. What does the Embalm cost? 3. So they can Embalm it. Okay, so they double block. I'll put the blocking order that way in case they have a trick or something for the one card in their hand. That's fine. And then we just play the champion. They might think it's scary enough to use a removal spell on it. They only have 4 damage on board right now. They bring that back, but it doesn't have haste. And the Nefcrop Entangler, which also doesn't have haste. I'm assuming they make the Quarry Hauler unable to block so they can try to kill champion. Oh no, they just don't attack. Well, if we exert it, we get to play Exemplar for free, but we just have nothing else going on. So there's no reason. Plus, it's an exert, which means it then stays tapped. Unfortunately, I don't think we can. I don't think we can attack this turn. I think we just play Exemplar. Question is, do we just kill champion with it? Exemplar would be a 1/1, which is still a body on the field, which is kind of what we need right now because we're at such a low life total. So yeah, and I'm gonna bluff this land. If we draw another land and then we'll play it, because then the turn after we could draw a Greater Sandworm. I assume they attack here, yeah. So they exert, make something unable to block. Okay, so they exerted both of these guys. So this becomes what, a 3/3 trampler? Yes, and this makes the champion unable to block. So we have to block. They're both exerted, but if we don't block both of them, we lose. So I block here on the trampler and chump here on the haster. And we take 3, go to 3. And if we don't draw something, we probably just lose. Actually, no, not necessarily. Yeah, we're still okay. Blighted Bat is a card. We can block and trade off with one of these small things. The champion eats these. But we still have another turn because they exerted this guy. At least we think we do. All right, so that's the end of this turn for us. We have 2 blockers, but if they can find a way to get past it, which is pretty easy, we're only at 3, so. Okay, so they make something unable to block. We block there, take 2, go to 1. We still live. At least, unless we'll see what the other card in their hand is if they play it, but that's fine. So the champion can't block, so we have to chump block the True Heart Duelist with the Blighted Bat, take 2. Yep. That happens. And then we have to block here, because otherwise we lose. And we go to 1. Red, white. That's what happens. All right, let's see what we draw, because we could just, depending on what we draw, yeah, we just lose. That's fine. Okay, so we concede. We go to game 3. Hopefully we don't mulligan to 5 again, and maybe we can actually do stuff. Yeah, I think champion's just bad. I just don't know what we put in for it. Maybe Wander? Or another Festering Mummy? Maybe just the other Festering Mummy. Let's get rid of champion. Put in the other Festering. We might just edit our deck to have it be that way too. We're faster that way. It's more -1/-1 counters for the nests in Hapatra. So yeah. I think that's just what we do. Champion would only get us the Greater Sandworm, and honestly, the one time that we saw it, we just got it anyway. So yeah, we'll play first. Thank God we can actually keep this hand. Okay. We start with the swamp and pass. We have Hapatra's Mark too. That's actually really good on Exemplar for us. Because if we have to, we can just shenanigans with Exemplar, and then Hapatra's Mark, turn 2, attack for 4. damn it. One turn off. It's a good card. Good card. They still only have one land. Okay, there you go. There's land 2. I don't know whether they just drew it or not because they cycled first, but that's fine. We can do this and play Nest of Scarabs. We'll probably Quarry Hauler next turn for no value, but we then just have a 4/3 on board, which is fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would trade with that, but this is what you want in red-white. It's kind of the idea. It becomes other attacking creatures get +1/+0. Oh, we could just play Wasteland Scorpion. That'd be cool. It's a Death Toucher, and we can keep up Patra's Mark. So yeah, let's do that. It's a really good blocker against this. It would trade with it normally, but it also has Death Touch if they have Trick or something, which they hopefully just wouldn't use, because why? Okay. Yeah, why not? Waste your entire turn trying to kill it. We'll just give it Hexproof. Perfect. Now we just have a Death Touch blocker for your... Okay. I will gladly do that. Let's do it. I have Quarry Hauler and you just wasted your whole turn trying to kill it. So yeah. That's basically a 2-for-1. Damn. We can only play one, and I think it's just the Quarry Hauler here. They have 4 cards in hand, so they probably have another creature to play. There's no counters on anything, so I just choose itself and then whatever. That's fine. Okay. If we draw a land, we have Colossipede. If not, we have Festering Mummy or whatever we draw. Hey, they too have a full art land in their deck. There it is. They do nothing? Okay. There's another Quarry Hauler. Let's go to combat first. If they have a trick, we have another Quarry Hauler that they just don't know about yet. So let's attack first. See if they do something about it. Yep, they do. Another Electrify. Fine, get him out of your hand. Quarry Hauler, please. Really? There we go. On itself. And that's it. Same thing as last turn. Another land is Colossipede. They play no Catcher's Attendant. Okay, they'll trade. That's fine. I'll still attack. Yeah, definitely just attack, because then I can Colossipede here. Let's do it. Do you trade? You sure do. Fine. Colossipede it is. They have 2 cards in hand, plus they can just bring back the 3/3 for 5 mana if they want. Yep, that's exactly what they do. I'm fine with that. Play a second land, or a second untapped land for this turn. Oh, Cartouche. Oh, Cartouche. Well, we can do both. Let's... Do we attack first? No. Let's Cartouche first, because it gives it lifelink. Oh, did I mess up? Yeah, I did. Okay. There you go. Okay. Cartouche puts a -1/-1 on Catcher's Attendant. Because the -1/-1 counter happens, we get Insect. And I guess we Festering Mummy post-combat. Attack for 6. Either your creature dies and we gain 6, or you take 6, we gain 6. Okay. And then we play Festering Mummy. Seems sweet. I'll take 2 if you attack. I'll take 3 if you attack. Just make something unable to block that I don't care about, because I can't block anyway because it has flying. So I just take 3 in the air. I'm not concerned. Okay, no, you just make it a 3/3 again. They have 8 lands and 1 card in hand, and we just have a 6/6 now. All right, let's attack with the 6/6 and the Festering Mummy. Let's not attack with Festering Mummy. Festering Mummy's a good blocker on hasters. Okay, and then We just play a 6/6. Your turn. Now we have two 6/6s. One of them has lifelink, and we're at 30. I didn't even notice our life total. We're just at 32 now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Awesome. Awesome. I love this deck. Holy crap. We're going into match 3. I'm going to pause for just a second. It'll be literally a second for you guys, but I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. As I promised, we're joining the match. We are back for round 3. We are 2-0. Do we win a trophy or do we get the old 2-1? This is also a beautiful avatar. They sent us a message. Very nice. This is not a fantastic hand. I think we keep it because we saw what happens when we mulligan, but I'm not happy about it. I'm just going to throw that out there. Oh, they mulled to 6. That's good for us, bad for them. Deciding whether to mulligan to 5 also sucks. Been there. Nope, they stay at 6. Okay. And that's it for them. Greater Sandworm. We don't cycle this. We have 4 lands. We'll do that first. Cartouche with Wasteland Scorpion is fun, because even if they have something huge, which they won't by turn 4 when we could play them both, but that's fine. Splendid Agony is really good against this and anything else that they have. We're just doing nothing this early, which is bad. That's not what our deck wants. We want to have Exemplars of Strength and Festering Mummies and stuff out by now. We just take 3 here. Gross. Gross. At least we're not playing red-white. That's something to be happy about. And they can just untap itself. That's fine. 3 lands. Hey, Exemplar of Strength. I was just talking about this guy. Which means we kill them both with Splendid Agony. Sounds good to me. Land. Splendid Agony. 1 on each, please. Seems good. Sucks that we don't have anything to back it up with because we had to wait till turn 3. Holy crap. There's just another one. Well, black Cartouche would be nice here. Alright, we have 4 mana. Let's play Wasteland Scorpion. They don't know I'm not going to block with it, so maybe they don't attack. But I'm not going to block with it. Yeah, we just have Greater Sandworm mana now. No more lands would be great. This is the top of our curve. I'll take 3 here. This is the top of our curve. No more lands would be sweet. Please, please, no thank you. Untap itself, I assume. Yes, of course. And then what else? A Hooded Brawler. Hooded Brawler is good. Playing against green is rough. We just don't have... Yeah, I think we Nest of Scarabs here. And I'll trade the Wasteland Scorpion for the Hooded Brawler, definitely. Whether it exerts or not, that's where that trade wants to be. We still have 2 more turns till Greater Sandworm, but still. Let's see what they do. I assume they attack with both. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and they do exert. So yeah, I definitely block here. I assume they have a trick of some kind. They've kind of left it up each turn, but they can't give it first strike, can they? So yeah, no, I didn't think so. All right, fine. So I take another 3. We have 2 more turns till Greater Sandworm. Can we draw a creature? Anything? Colossipede? Ronus' Monument's kind of bad. A Colossipede, a Quarry Hauler, Exemplar of Strength. All right. It trades, actually. So that's not bad at all. And, oh, wait. Do we get... We get 3 insects with Nest of Scarabs here? Works for me, man. Exemplar, please. We just get insects for days. Yeah, perfect. Now, any of these insects trades with Initiate's Companion. This seems sweet. And then we have Greater Sandworm next turn. I don't think I Cartouche. I'd much rather Cartouche on something that won't immediately die. Although, if we have to, an insect cartouching onto the, on Initiate's Companion would be fine. I can't attack this turn, so that's fine. We just end our turn here. I don't know what we could draw that would make me not play Greater Sandworm this turn. So they Quarry Hauler to kill this. That does suck, and it's whenever we put, so that's fine. Quarry Hauler kills this and makes this a 5/3. I still think we trade out here. Quarry Hauler can stay. We'll trade with the Initiate's Companion. We take 2 on the trample and go to 9, but it's better than 6. And then we get Greater Sandworm the turn after. Yep, I'll happily trade there. That's fine. Really? There we go. Okay. Yeah, they're tapped out, so I'm not worried about a trick here. We just trade off across, which is totally fine. It does deal damage to me, so they can untap a land and play something for 1. They could have Hapatra's Mark as well. I doubt it, but it's possible. And on our turn, we draw Bitterblade Warrior. Still not good enough. So we just land Greater Sandworm, right? My math's not off. Cast, please. Thank you. Even if this gives it +2/+2, it just becomes a 6/5 and still dies to a Greater Sandworm block. We can Cartouche it next turn. They only have 3 lands. Now they have 4. I only just noticed that. That's rough for them. How did they play the Quarry Hauler then? What did I miss? Oh, green. Sorry. Ronus's Monument makes it cost 1 less. That's what I missed. Silly me. Now they can play a Colossipede. They play a Sparring Mummy and untap nothing. Okay. But it becomes a 6/5 trample. But they tapped out for it, so I'm not worried about an attack. Okay, good. So we can just Cartouche Quarry Hauler for 7. Actually, I think yeah, because we Cartouche... If we Cartouche Greater Sandworm, makes it an 8/8, and so they can't kill it even after fighting and with a block if we attack. So yeah, that's definitely what we do. 1, 2... Oh, yeah, silly me. You put it on this. Play 1, 2, 3. And then we just fight the Quarry Hauler with it. It dies. They have no mana untapped. And now 4 more damage kills it, but like I said, no mana. And so we can just attack here. Even if they block, they take 5. If they don't, they just take 8 and go to 12. They take 8 and go to 12. Okay. And we just tap our last 4 for a Quarry Hauler, and there's no counters to remove or double or whatever, so we'll just do that. Okay. That's it. Let's see what they have. They still have 4 mana, 3 cards in hand. They play a Quarry Hauler themselves. Okay. Pumping the Sparring Mum into a 5/5, which I probably have to block, which is unfortunate if they attack with it. But I just, again, just have an 8/8 every turn attacking, so I doubt it. Oh, wow. Okay. Do I take 2 trample? Yeah, I assume I do. I'm just going to block here. I don't care. I'll happily chump. Which is basically what Bitterblade Warrior is going to be doing as well. And what any of their blockers are going to be doing against the Greater Sandworm. There's a Colossipede, and we have 7, so we can play them both. That's gross. Yeah, they have 1 mana open, so again, Hapatra's Mark, but that doesn't do anything here for them, so we just attack for 8. Threats on threats. If they take it all, they go to 4. Oh my goodness. All right. Yep. Colossipede first. Then Bitterblade Warrior. That's our turn. I can't do much better than that. Let's see. They're at 4. We're at 7. We're not in an amazing position. They have 2 attackers, but we have 2 blockers. So if they thought they could just get us by, playing a creature and then a pump spell of some kind, we did have 2 blockers. So this gives it first strike and gives them another 1/1. That's fine. I'll chump with the Bitterblade Warrior on that guy. It doesn't have trample. Wow. They're still attacking. Okay. Yeah, because if it's a chump with Colossipede too, so clearly I'm not chumping with my 5/5. And again, the 8/8 has trample. They literally are dead on board. So one of the 2 cards in their hands better be something that can prevent them from losing with an attack. And I'm only attacking here because if we have to block, I can block still. Because like I said, they're just dead on board. Okay, Spidery Grasp, which makes it a 7/8. So it's still, and first strike. So it still doesn't kill, and it just dies. Works for me. Oh, okay, they double block. Well, we're still going to kill the first striker first. I don't care about your 3/3 and your 1/1. I'll just 2 for... Well, yeah. It's 3 for 1. 3 for 2. Whatever. Regardless. That's fine. You can kill my 8/8 if you want. And I'll just kill your 7/8. Okay. We don't play the land. Let's bluff it. We still have a 5/5 to eat this or trade with it. If Ronus' Monument happens, it gives it trample too, right? Yeah. So that's fine. You play any creature. Initiate's Companion. That's fine. I have to assume I draw something here, right? If I trade. They have 1 card in hand. Ugh. This is actually not good. Not good. Because this doesn't have trample, so they just have chump blockers for days. But if we draw a spell, like the other Nest of Scarabs or another Cartouche or something, then we just lose? Well, we won't lose next turn. It's still only 6 if they play a creature. But yeah, I think I block here. I have to. I'll trade. That's fine. Okay. Let's see what I draw. It's got to be something. It sure is. That's mean. I almost feel bad. I don't, because they can just make this a tradable creature as well, which kind of sucks. I don't want to trade Colossipede for a Initiate's Companion. But if they play... They have 1 card in hand. Is it a creature? It's not a creature. Okay, sweet. Oh my god, that is so gross. Do I attack first? Screw it. Colossipede. Now I attack. With a 5/5. Double blocking does not kill, but they do have 1 card in hand, so it could still be a pump of some kind. Okay, it's not. It's just a chump. Alright. Very good. I have a 5/5 and you have a 3/1. I will trade if you play a different creature. You have 2 cards in hand. Okay. Let's do it. On to game 2. Or 3. I lost track. Whatever. We're just playing. I didn't see any problems. I mean, they're playing creatures and attacking and using pumps and stuff. We have 2 Spidery Grasps, but I really don't think it's worth it. We were still able to get in. That's fine. We'll wait for them to submit as well. They might actually be sideboarding. Let's see. That was definitely a close game. They had me sweating a little bit there. They got through an 8/8 Greater Sandworm, which is impressive, with trample, which is also definitely relevant. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely sideboarding here. Like I said, we had Spidery Grasps, but we didn't see any artifacts, so no Manglehorn. All right. We have black, but no green. Oh, man. They mulliganed as well. I'm keeping. They have to decide whether to mulligan to 5, though. They were short on lands last game. Okay. So that's their turn. We drew a third land at least. It wasn't green, but we still have next turn to draw it for Exemplar. Otherwise, we have Wasteland Scorpion or Nest or whatever. Hopefully we can start getting in with this guy if they don't play. Gustwalker. Okay. Gustwalker's a thing. It's a foil, too. We also have a foil. Haha, man. Look at that. Probably should have attacked first, but that's fine. I got a little excited. Oh, yeah. It's fine. We put it on the Exemplar. If we kill the Festering, it makes the Gustwalker a 1. Makes it a 2/2 in the air. But still, that's fine. If they want to be exerting it and not blocking, I'm more than happy with that happening as well. I'm clearly going to attack here. If they sack their Gustwalker, they sack their Gustwalker, but I assume they just take 1. Yep. That's our turn. We have Wasteland Scorpion or Nest of Scarabs next turn. They're just attacking for 3 in the air, I assume. Yep. That happens. We can't block anyway. Okay. Initiate's Companion is a thing. Okay. Well, the nice thing is Festering Mummy blocks Initiate's Companion really well. And so I think what we do is we just play Nest of Scarabs and pass, because they don't have Gustwalker next turn, because it's exerted. So we'll just pass here. And see what they have. Champion still does nothing. We probably should have edited that completely out of our deck, but we didn't. They play their own Exemplar of Strength. Okay. So now Festering Mummy kills Exemplar or Initiate's Companion. And if they attack with Initiate's Companion, it kills both. Or, I was going to say, or Splendid Agony works really well. But that's fine. We can... We can actually play a 4th land. Attack... I still don't think we attack. We play a 4th land. We play Champion of Ronus, which is a 3/3 which blocks Exemplar really well. They still only have 2 lands. So we need to start putting out threats and making them pay for not having as much mana. They can attack us for 3 again in the air next turn, but that's fine. We will pass and see what they have. Exemplar of Strength is incredible. What an awesome card. And they have 1 as well. Initiate's Companion is good against us, oddly. Well, sorry. Initiate's Companion has been good so far. Just for 3 in the air, that's fine. It happens. We're just playing really good counters to the stuff that they have, which is nice. Ugh, and just flooding like nobody's business. All right. Well, we attack? We don't exert. That's not a question. But do we attack? They can trade here. I think we have to start getting aggressive. They have 2 lands. Let's do it. They don't know we have Wasteland Scorpion. So let's attack here and here. And see what they do. They could just take 5, which would be fine. They go to 14. That makes sense. That doesn't make as much sense unless they have something. They do. They have a shed weakness. So they remove a -1/-1 counter from it. Okay, that's fine. So they keep their Exemplar. It's a 2/2 next turn. And the Initiate's Companion trades for the champion. That seems fine to me. We're still in our turn. Let's play this land and go 1, 2, 3 for the Wasteland Scorpion, which trades very nicely with Exemplar. Because, yeah, they don't have they don't have Gustwalker this turn. Nor do they yet have a land. And I'm more than happy to trade Wasteland for Exemplar. Because unless they can prevent damage, it still dies to Death Touch, no matter how big it is. They play another Initiate's Companion. Okay. Still Festering Mummy. No attacks. Oh my god. This is awful. Well, if we draw Greater Sandworm, we can just drop it immediately. But otherwise, we have to just sit here and take 3 in the air every other turn. Which stinks. Again, Splendid Agony is really nice here. In fact, at this point, we would just put 1 on the Companion and 1 on the Gustwalker. Just make it 2 in the air instead of 3. Ugh, God. Okay. Well. That's not good. Okay. Well, we have to take the 3, and I think... Blocking the Wasteland Scorpion is awful. Blocking with the Festering Mummy is at least a possibility, because it dies and we get to put a counter on something, and we get an insect, because we do have Nest. But what do we put the counter on? I think we still put it on the Companion, because any other -1/-1 counter kills it. Although it kind of sucks that that's what we have to be waiting for. But I still think that's what we do. We block. Put the counter on the Companion. Get an insect for the counter being placed. Okay. And take 3 in the air. Okay. Well, we have a flyer. It has haste, or we can give it haste, so it can still attack. Which is not the best play in the world, but it's not really a good blocker, so we might as well. Blighted Bat happens. We give it haste. We go to combat. We can at least attack for 2. Because they don't have Gustwalker next turn. Yep. And we just keep this swamp in our hand. Yeah, I mean, we still just chump with the insect. I don't really feel like taking 3. That's fine. They got a 3rd land. And they play Ronus's Monument. Okay. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Well, we're taking 3 in the air. Unless we keep this back to block. And we have to... These 2 can't double block this because they both just die to first strike damage. So we are taking... We can chump, but then the Death Touch does nothing, and then it just releases the Exemplar of Strength to attack for 3 and then 4. So I think we're still going to take 3 next turn. We're just taking it from this instead of the Gustwalker, and we're chumping the Gustwalker with the Blighted Bat because we just can't draw anything but lands, apparently. This game, at least. So that's it. Next turn. We are having the exact opposite problem as our opponent. But if they play a creature this turn, like a Quarry Hauler, for example, they can remove a counter from one of these two, pump it with Ronus's Monument, and just make our lives absolutely miserable. They play a 4th land and play a Quarry Hauler. What did I say? Yep, and they Ronus's Monument on the Initiate's Companion, but I assume they Quarry Hauler on the Exemplar? Maybe not? Nope, also on the Initiate's Companion. Ugh. Well, now we just have to double chump block and hope we draw something. I think we're just basically losing this game and going to the next one, but that's declare attackers. Let's go to declare blockers. We block here, and we block here because we have to, and we just open the floodgates to be attacked for 1,000,000 next turn. Do we draw anything besides a land? What do they untap? The Gustwalker. That makes sense. First strike happens, and then everything else. So we go to 8. Wow. Okay, let's try to go to round 3, or yeah, game 3. Let's get rid of Champion. We talked about that already. And what do we put in the other festering for it? We need to be faster because they have been screwed on lands. I'm sure it's not going to happen this time since it happened the last 2 times, but we just take out Champion because it's doing nothing for us. And we put in a festering for it to be faster. That's the play. We will play first. You've got to be kidding me with these hands. That's not much better, but I'll keep it. It's at least a bat. We can get some air pressure going if they don't have Gustwalker. This is real bad. Not like this. This goes on the bottom. I don't need it. Okay. We play a forest and pass. They also play a forest and pass. Sweet. We play a swamp and pass. Don't play something. Don't do it. Damn it. Gustwalker? Okay. Exemplar of Strength. Still bad, but not the worst. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Well, that's rough. I don't know that it's worth it to trade. We just have nothing else going on. We lose the race real quick. Okay. That's an interesting choice. And then we just take 2. Go to 18. Oh, man. Okay. That's just lovely. All right, well, we can play Nest of Scarabs and have it sit there for a little while. I think they saw the foil one already, which means now if they were paying attention, they now know we have 2, or at least more than 1. That's rough. We'll take 3. Okay. Hooded Brawler's also good. We're going to take a lot of damage next turn. Colossopede's a card we can play. Thank God. We can eat something, and then we can cartouche and shrink something and get an insect token. That's not terrible. Unfortunately, they're going to exert this guy, and we're not blocking because it just becomes a 5/4. They could have a trick as well. In fact, it's very likely that they have a trick because they've had a trick every other time, like Shed Weakness or something. Okay, yeah, I'm not blocking that. I'll go to 10. I'll just cartouche on the counter on the Hooded Brawler. Quarry Hauler is going to remove that last counter from the Exemplar. All right, so maybe we put the counter on the Quarry Hauler then. Oh my god, with the lands, come on. It just becomes a 6/6 lifelinker, and we put a counter on a Quarry Hauler. Because we don't want to give it to the Exemplar. They'll just attack, it goes away, they gain a life. Like, yeah. We get an insect. I don't think we attack here. I don't see a need. Just leave this back as a nice blocker to pad our life total with as well. If they attack with anything, they know we know they have a trick. But here's Trial of Strength. They get a 4/2. If they then play the white cartouche, they just bounce it back and play it again next turn. Nope, Bitterblade Warrior though. That's nice. They can exert it next turn and just have a Death Toucher. Yeah, I was going to say, I still don't think they attack yet. Oh my god. This could be a game if we didn't just draw 7, 8. All right, anyway. Let's see. Don't get tilted. Don't get salty. Just keep playing, right? I still don't see an attack here. Clearly the insect is a chump blocker. And the Quarry, or the Colossipede as a 6/6 just then leaves us wide open to just dying. I assume they just swing out this turn. This gains Death Touch. We just block something bigger like the Beast or the Exemplar. Yeah, they just play a flyer now. We just lose. Like, I don't think there's anything. Oh, they just don't even attack? That seems silly. Okay, are they going to just try to kill us in the air at this point? That's a possibility at this point, honestly, but... Just play another Colossipede. The thing is, if we attack now, we can start gaining some life, but I don't see a need. Even if they Ronus's Monument and play a creature, it only makes their flyer a 5/5. We have 3 blockers for everything else. And so we go to 5. We block their 3 biggest things. We could still lose, but that's a hefty line of play that I just called out. So I don't know that it happens. They have 2 cards in hand. Like I said, they play cartouche. They could get another trial down for another beast, but it's a lot of things that I'm saying that they have. They're just going to attacks. Is it just the flyer? It is just the flyer. Okay, well, we take 3. At some point, we can just attack with our 6/6, trade it off for 2 of their guys or 1 of their guys, and gain some life. They play another flyer. If they exert it, we lose, right? Because this just becomes all creatures get +1/+1, which makes this 3 power, and this 4 power, which is 7. So we just lose in the air if we don't attack, so we attack first. Because we have to. Like I said, we trade it off for 1 or 2, depending on how they block. They could just chump with, like, Bitterblade Warrior or Hooded Brawler or something. Or Quarry Hauler, actually, would probably be their best. If they're just chumping. We're still... Oh, yeah, because otherwise we're dead in the air. Right now we're gaining 6 life, so they have to decide how to block. But... at least it's a tough choice for them. They didn't just know how they were going to do it. Well, I think we We definitely kill the Exemplar. That's a big threat. I think we keep Quarry Hauler alive as opposed to Bitterblade, which could kill something bigger like Colossipede. So we keep Quarry Hauler alive that way. And that's how we deal our 6. 4 and then 2. Yes. And then they trade. We gain 6. And then we play land Festering Mummy. As a good blocker, we can, I don't know, shrink the Tawcrop Elite, I guess. They play Ronus's Monument. Do they have another creature as well? Still won't kill us in the air, at least. They do. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't kill us in the air because it's just 9 damage in the air. We go to 4. Oh, they put it on Hooded Brawler instead. Okay. Does it have... it does have Trample. So it becomes 7 power Trample. Oh, they just have another... They have 2 initial companions in their hand for a green each. I'm relatively certain we just lose now, right? Where did they put... They put it on this guy, and this guy now also has Trample. So let's do the math here. I'm relatively certain I just lose, but we can't stop the air, and they're exerting here to pump the entire team, because that would be stupid if they didn't. You might as well attack with the Quarry Hauler. You've got the game. And you're at 22, so it's not like Crackback kills you with my empty hand and 8 lands on the field. So we block here. We take 1 Trample plus a 2 Trample plus... Oh, God. Okay. So, yes, these things all happen. They're exerting. That's fine. Let's let these all happen, and then let's do some math. This is an 8-7. This is a 7-5. So we block here. We take 3 Trample, go to 10. Block here. Take 7 in the air, automatically go to 3, and just can't block here. So they win. I'll be nice. Whoops, that's not the right thing at all. They talked to us before, so I will tell them good games. And we will concede. Good job. The old 2-1. We get 2 packs. This was good. I liked this deck a lot. A lot. Interesting. We'll leave it up as we end here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you thought of the deck. I think we saw Hapatra once today. This deck was a lot of fun. Like I said, I like green-black a lot. Let me know what you thought of my misplays or my mispicks, etc. I'd appreciate your feedback and your input and what you thought in general. This may be the last one of these that we do before Hour of Devastation. You'll know based on the date. I'm doing these a little bit ahead of time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again. This has been Geek for All. I've been Joe. Check out these other videos that you're seeing on the screen. You can subscribe by clicking our logo there. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks so much, everybody.